This side of town may be worse than the allergies on the other side, which are next to nothing, which is interesting because I live right across from a park at the other place. All right, people, I am helping out some family because my time is actually much flexible than everybody else's. So if you don't know me, first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. The company is Black Series Edition LLC with Crystal Edge Technology Screens, and helping some family out with taking care of my 89-year-old mother, who I'm caretaking for right now while I'm going back and forth. So by the time they get off from work, my time's a little more flexible than hers. I can take care of her, make sure she has everything she needs, and at the same time get my work done. So they have an extra room, so I'm up here basically working in the extra room, got all my equipment, everything hooked up, and then I'll be going back to the other place where I'll be doing work over there too also. So back and forth to different areas. That's why I'm glad I'm only 6 minutes apart. And then on top of that, I got an interview coming up for office space because next year in 2024, I'm desperately going to need some kind of office space because I have to have some place for clients to meet me. And the office space would be fantastic. So that's what we're going next. What the frick is that HMI for? Okay. So I have to go in here and get some videos I need to upload for the page because we got blank videos in there. We don't have any videos of the new technology, not the way I want to have them. So I got to go get that done to fill in the spaces right now. Man, it's gonna be busy. I'm gonna be commuting literally all over the city. I have to be back over at the Justice Building. I have to be at the police station today. I got to drop packages off at the post office. I have to go back down to the garage unit and set up for some screens we're gonna be doing for a little business down here. So yeah, I'm gonna be all over the place, literally all over the place. But yeah, down here helping some family out, and I'm the only one who has more free time. My time is much more flexible than anybody else's because I don't have a boss to report to. Because hello, I'm the boss, and basically, yeah, I can do all my business from my cell phone, or I can just set up my mini office here, which again I can pack literally everything up in a box and be done. I actually want to make it smaller than this. I want to put all this into a laptop and get one of those portable printers so I can literally take it anywhere I want to go. But yeah, and on top of that, later on, I'm going to be going in for office interview I'm actually looking at a few offices for business meetings because again, as I said before, as we start advertising the ad tech technology, I'm going to need a place for clients. I mean, a place where people can come into. We got to have a board meeting, all that stuff. I can have companies come in to a professional area and I can do business out there. So there's a couple places I'm looking at right now, and I need to have them within the area. Downtown would be fantastic because the commute. There's no commute there. I'm literally like right downtown right now, so it makes it a lot easier for me. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that other nonsense, like I said, because I already got it handled. I already went down to the police, and right now there's an investigation on the letter right now going on right now. So yeah, they are actually going to push for a warrant for an arrest because of the way things have been going and things have been coming to the house, and now they're considering to be it's already beyond serious. So yeah, there's a warrant going to be issued for his arrest pretty soon. But anyway, let's get back to work because we have things to do here. I have to upload videos to put into those spots where we don't have anything in there. So I'm just going to use these for the time being. So let me see what we're going to put in there. I got the mouse on the opposite side. I'm supposed to be on this side. I'm not. Well, left hand, right hand is the same thing. I think I got this one, and I want to do this one right here. Oh, this is so weird when you're operating from the opposite side of the mouse. I'm so used to having on my right hand instead of my left hand. This is pretty cool. I'll take this one too. What do we got here? Okay, we can use these. I'll take this. I'll save that. And then I'll go back over to my browser here. Boom, 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 boom. No, oh, keep forgetting. All right, Gotta get used to that. No, no. Basically, switch the keyboard over here and bring this over here to make it so much easier for me. So instead of me taking, mind you, where I'm at, I'm 6 minutes from here. It costs me $20 a day to commute back and forth from my Lyft unit. So for my Lyft to commute back and forth, I'm like, look, it's costing me about $20 a day, about $100 a week, almost $100 a week. Because I have to be here down here Saturday and Sunday because they're both be home from work. So, like I said, I volunteer to take care of my mother right now to help her out. And that way they can go to work. And like I said, my time's more flexible because I'm online. I work, like I said, I don't have no 9 to 5, but to report to anybody. Like again, I'm the boss, so my time is much more flexible. So it helps him out. And at the end of the day, you know, somewhere else at the end of the day, on top of it, I get to beat my mother more, which, you know, I want to be, you know, because at the end of the day, she's 89 and don't even know how long she's going to be on this earth. So I spend as much time with her as I possibly can. So when I get done this, I'm finished. I lock all this down, go down there, get her food ready, get all her meals and everything ready for her to go. And we watch a little TV and stuff like that, you know, joke around and laugh. Taco's over here right now. Taco's somewhere in the house running around. But yeah. And then after that, I go back to the other unit. And they come in, drop off at the post office, drop down to the other unit and start getting set up because we have a screen down there already set up. So I want to put a kind of like, I don't know, like a curtain design around it because that reflection coming off that silver is like, just it's freaking crazy. And lighten it up in there because it is too dark in there. So use that over there for doing my other setups. And then right now I'm going to be looking at office space. So I'm going to have 2 areas to go back and forth to because again, can't have clients going there. That's not going to work. We need office space. So that's what I'm looking at because I can have clients come in. These are companies that we're going to be dealing with. These are going to be mom and pops. They're going to be companies. I'm working with the ad tech technology, and we need to have an office space. We have some window display. A bottom floor would be perfect. Some window displays so can come in and see the technology on the windows, and then they can come in and basically we can work out a business deal or contract or whatever, or they can basically purchase the product, whatever we do from there. So that's what I'm going to be doing back and forth this summer. All right, let's get these videos in here too. Do this upload. Go here. Upload from file. Go to my downloads. Ooh, yay! Now I know we're gonna get the naysayers. Oh my God, this happened. Look, you jokers don't have a life. You really don't have a life. You're worrying about every little thing that I do. What you should be worrying about is getting an attorney because you're definitely going to need one when we get done with you. And on top of that, you have no products. You don't do any testing, nothing at all. Nothing at all, not a thing. I got technology coming out in 2024 on the FEL technology. And what do you guys have? Nothing at all. Nothing to show for it. It's going to be an interesting run this year in 2024, I tell you that much. So what you're going to see in 2024, you're going to see my company excelling with the ad technology. Mind you, we have the ability to filter sunlight. Do you know how much power our technology has? A projection technology that can filter sunlight? That's extreme bragging rights right there. That means a customer can literally open up their window and sun could push to their screen and their screen doesn't even get affected. You guys are still in ambient light projection controlled environments. That's how far you are behind. You haven't even caught up to where we're at right now. And you wasted way too much time hating on me that you haven't even reached my point of technology. Yeah, it's unbelievable. So this year, I'll be getting interviews, going to different places, attaching our ad tech, and you'll be in court fighting for your freedom because you're definitely going to have to fight really hard. As I'm saying, hire expensive attorneys. You are going to need them. This is not a joke. You're going to jail. Do something. You're going to need something at the end of the day. And I'm going to be looking at office space today. So I got to figure out what I do need a conference hall. I need a meeting room. I actually need a meeting room. I need my office and I need a meeting room. I'm thinking about looking at get at a virtual office too. Somebody to get a virtual office is pretty good too. But then what's the point of having a virtual office? I still have to have people meet me someplace. I'm definitely gonna need that. Tell you one thing, my speeds are way faster than this. Way faster than this. Oh, upload complete. Duh. Like, wait a minute. So how come we're not? Oh, because something was in this spot. That's why. So let me see how this works. Oh, it does. Okay, cool. Wait a minute. We should have been uploaded by now. Man, you guys are sitting up there. What do y'all have? We have, like I said, we have technology that eats sunlight. A whole new different version of gain technology. The ambient light rejection gain we consider to be outdated. Even the Black Series Edition technology is way beyond what you guys have. Consider the fact that I find it's funny because me and a guy was talking about this the other day, where this guy called Matthew in England said our products came out so dark that he couldn't pick up the Netflix logo. But yet a customer a couple of days ago just posted a demonstration of her entire wall painted with that black technology, pulling up outstanding snow levels. Oh yeah. You guys are gonna have a really rough time in court. Mind you, they have to be able to prove in court that my product did exactly as they claimed it did. If they don't, they're in trouble. A lot of trouble. Let's see, where are we going with this one? Change video. Are we getting this? Is this going to run? I should put in preview before I load the other two in there. Yeah, it's not going to go well. Let me see. I think probably, I'm not sure whether or not the TV technology we have, I'm thinking of if we don't get a black screen by certified, because that's the screen, Omega's going to be made, something like that. If we don't get a black screen by the certified companies by next year, then we're going to put the TV technology on hold for 2025. You have to understand, it's not about money at the end of the day. It's something that we have to do and it needs to be done. And we need for a certified screen, any certified screen, to develop a black technology. It's very important that they do it. So maybe I can talk to some of these companies. I don't know. Just put it in here like, hey, why come you guys don't have black screens? We haven't developed any black screens. Send them a couple of samples of our technology and let them see what black technology does. And maybe this will push them in the direction of developing black technology. Because the longer it takes for them to push that stuff out, we may push back the TV technology until 2025. We need a black screen. And people saying, oh, but you can make a ton. It ain't about the money. It's about basically having the ability of having the number one screen. And we won't have the number one screen until we get a certified screen to develop a black technology. We need something on an equal level of our technology. You're seeing what happened to a black diamond next to a Black Series Edition. A black diamond next to our new FLE technology. It can't match our screen. How in the world are you going to get a screen, this diamond screen or any other gunmetal screen to match a screen that can pull an infinity black level? It won't. The screen is going to be much more superior. And gunmetal screens, the whole purpose of a gunmetal screen is not because of its white levels. I love when people say, oh, it's about the white levels. Then buy a white screen at the end of the day. It is about the contrast of that technology and the ability to be able to produce in a fluid environment. So far from all the gunmetal screens I have tested, certified in the demonstrations I have seen, every last one of them are in ambient light controlled environments using ultra short throw projectors that are literally kissing the screen. And they're not producing 100% contrast. And if you can't see contrast, guess what else you can't read? You can't read color. So how are you going to compete with a screen that's 100 can read an infinity black level and read color? As for you gray screen paint makers, at the end of the day, you guys don't pick up jack. You don't pick up contrast, you don't pick up color, and your ambient light rejection technology is poor. We call y'all budget screens. That's what you consider to be a budget screen. So you take your screen and you walk over into the form sites of the diamonds, of the Dark Star 9s, of the DMP supernovas, the Affinities and Blades, all of them in there, and you go in there with the gray screen paint and goes, hey, I'm just equal to, no, you're not. That's why your product costs the way it costs. That's why it's so cheap. I'm not gonna spend $300-400 for no gray paint in the day. I can make that stuff myself. I can go to Home Depot and slide it off a shelf. So what the freak? I'm gonna sit there and spend $300-400 for some great paint. Something that people have been making for generations. You can go on YouTube right now and pull up a demonstration on how to make it. Nothing different about that stuff. It's the same crap that you smear across your freaking wall or your screen, and it has no outstanding results. Everybody we see with gray paint does the same thing. You're stuck in dark environments using high-end projectors, all these little bells and whistles and tricks you have to do in order to get your screen to produce. And gray screens are garbage. They serve their purpose. They served their purpose when they first came out was to compete with the white screen. That's it. Can't compete with gunmetal technology. There's no way in the world you can compete with that. And then the funny thing about it, people claiming to have gunmetal, if you claim to have gunmetal, then you should be able to compete with the high-tech gunmetal we have today. And we don't see you doing any of those demonstrations against Diamond or any other big companies. So I don't even know how in the world today people are considering, don't forget it. It's just that the gray screen is outdated. It's a cheap screen. If you don't have the money to afford a $3,000, $5,000 projection screen, guess where you're going? You're going to a white screen or you're going to a gunmetal screen. If you can't afford our technology, then guess where you're going? You're not going to Certified, because Certified costs way more than our technology and we can beat Certified. So you're not going near my stuff. You're going to go near a white and gray screen. You have a budget setup. That's what you have. That's why I love it when we bump into rooms and we see people with these amazing setups and they have a gray and white screen. Like, wow, nice budget screen. And the first thing, oh, this is hot. No, it's not. Turn your lights on and show me 100% black level. As a matter of fact, pull up the color black. That's an even better one. Pull up the color black and see if your projector can register black. You can't see it. There you go. Forget the star field. Pull up a black level. Because we can see white levels easily. My Alpha Cinemax can go toe-to-toe with a diamond, an overpowered diamond in contrast and color. My FLE AdTech technology, if diamond does have a front and rear, we could filter sunlight. They can't even go near it. The TV technology we're developing is at 60%. And it can filter sunlight. Diamond can't go near that either. I stick a diamond outside, it'll wash out. They can't even read 100% contrast. So as of today, and matter of fact, the day we started developing black technology, all gunmetal screens and basically having the ability to say that they pull the highest contrast level is a no, you do not. Goose Screen claimed to pull a amazing black level. We could crush your screen with no problem. I paint screens. I went through them too. Guess what? Took them out also. They have a screen called they call it black, but in the description it's called dark gray. Yeah, you don't pull black. We can easily crush your screen. So any screen claiming to pull a 100% infinity level, no, you cannot see it. Only we see that. So yeah, when you have a gray and white screen, you have what you call a budget screen. That's what you have. That means at the end of the day, when you come to forum sites that I go to, it means you can't afford a high-end screen. That's what it stands for. That's why people brag about the diamonds and all them, because they're very expensive setups. But again, even we can go in there and call their screen like, yeah, you got gypped because your screen can't see 100% black levels, and we can. Then we do a demonstration against their own screen versus ours, and they were like, okay, yeah, you spent a lot of money for it. How much did you pay for that thing? Yeah, $5,000. I've got Diamond's new technology. You know what that panel is sitting there on my wall. That is their latest and highest technology. It's a Screen Innovation panel. That's what I have in that package. That's what you were looking at. It was one of their panels. I was lucky and extremely lucky to get that surface. Because again, unlike you gray makers out there, they don't know who you are and they don't even care who you are because you're considered to be no competition or threat to them. Us, on the other hand, we're considered to be a big threat to Certified because we can take out a Certified screen. But you guys are not considered to be a threat. They can make your stuff easily. I'm pretty sure they probably already done. What threat does a gray screen have at the end of the day? What threat do you have, honestly? You don't have any threat at all, period. If you're saying that you basically save money by going with the gray screen, how is that possible? You have to spend a ton of money for a projector to fix the problem. My projector cost me $60. $60 from an ultra short throw. You guys spend $3,000 to $4,000 for a screen at the end of the day that can't even pick up a contrast level. Did you see the demonstration with the OLED background? That's supposed to be black. You know that, right? That projector has a 2,000,000 to 1 contrast, and it couldn't read the OLED background. Because last I checked on OLEDs, they don't come up gray, they come up black. So that was a waste of money, wasn't it? And mind you, that environment wasn't even really that well lit. Imagine if you stuck that in a really well lit environment, that screen would completely wash out. So yeah, you got an outdated screen. You have to buy a good expensive projector to try to put back in what you can't see. And my projectors, whoo, man, they're cheap. I don't spend a lot of money. I don't have to. Let me see. I'm going to go and finish this right here. So you spend more money with the gray and white screen because you have to spend a crazy amount of money for a projector to fix the problem that the screen can't see. So where are you saving any money? Yep, there you go. I have people saying, oh, you're not saving hundreds, you're spending hundreds. Because in all my demonstrations, my projectors are under $500 and I can read 100% contrast, and I can even take out I don't know what that panel costs for the diamond. I'm gonna look that up too. How much did that panel cost? Let's see. Screen Innovation panel. Jeez. Were we joking here? Can't be. Hold on for a minute. We got a panel sample. I'm curious what that thing costs. Panel. Oh, yeah. See right here? See at the bottom? Y'all don't pop up here. We pop up here. See right here where it says right here at the top? FLE technology. Yeah, that's our technology versus Screen Innovation. That's us. That's us. That's not y'all. Y'all not up there. The reason why y'all not up there, the minute you punch in Screen Innovation panel, we pop up. You know why? Because we tested that screen. You guys are afraid to go near that technology. That technology would crush you easily. Not saying it's not a joke screen today. It's extremely good technology. We could take it. We took it back in 2016. We took that technology on and took it. We could easily take diamond technology with no problem. I can honestly say from the door, from the technology we got coming in 2024, we can wipe the entire product line with no problem. You guys can't do that. That's why y'all don't pop up. We don't see no Partays up there, no Crow. You don't see none of y'all up there at all, period. Y'all can't take that product line. Look, worse and worse, y'all can't even take regular house paint. You got to get through that. Now, you got to get through that nightmare first. The tones, y'all can't even get past the tones. I could wipe out all of Home Depot's freaking black product line with no problem and wipe out their entire gray just for fun. You guys can't even get past a tone. That's why you won't show up there. We do. I didn't know it was posted 4 days ago. Woo, yeah. Wait till they see the Omega when it comes out. Omega's going to be a beast. Man. We already popping up in damage. Look at that. Already popping up. It's only a matter of time before they contact us, but we're going to give them a free screen anyway. I plan to give them a free screen. I plan to give all the companies free screens because I want them to see what the future is going to be like. They'll have no choice to change over to black technology. So if they haven't seen this, we'll make sure I'll contact every single company when our new technology pops up, and I'll send them over a sample of that technology. So that way they can see the future. And also too, show them a nice little side-by-side demonstration of my product versus the best screens. Now, what do you think is going to happen? What's going to happen is once they see our technology versus theirs, they're going to go out and they're going to develop a black technology. They're going to figure out some way to develop a black technology. They're going to give me exactly what I want. And then I can launch my monster. Because we need something worth our time and challenge. The gray screens aren't giving it to us. You have nothing for us at all, period. Not a thing. I made your stuff already. Your stuff is considered to be obsolete products to us. So the only way we want to get a challenge besides an OLED TV is we're going to have these certified screens develop a black technology. That's the only way we're going to get a challenge with our products. There's no point. It's a waste of my time. That's the reason why I sat there and said at the end of the day, and people thought I was joking. When I sat there and said, when we developed the 2024 FLE technology, remember, you guys never even seen it yet. We didn't show it off yet. We talked about it. The only thing you saw was the gain capabilities we're building for a screen to actually absorb sunlight. You saw that part, but you never saw the screen paint version of it. What did I say when I was on camera? I sat there and said that it'd be no point to test that screen against a gunmetal because the technology that screen is engineered to do is going to be to pull extremely high white levels. It's going to pull beautiful color levels, and the contrast is going to be an absolute beast. Told you. We can't explain to you what's coming. And then now we take the top certified gunmetal screen and put it against that technology, and that technology is overpower it. So what are we testing on? What do we test on to compete with our technology? We didn't show you Elite screens. We didn't show you DMP Supernova. We didn't show you any other products. We didn't show in none of those. We showed you a top official screen, which is we consider to be one of the best of all gunmetals, which would be a screen innovation until the Imperial launches. Until then, that is considered to be the most superior gunmetal screen I've ever seen. And if we're going to overpower that, what do we have to test against? What, you gray screen paint makers? Are you kidding me? You guys are a freaking joke. You can't even pass house paint. It's a basic test. You should be able to pass it. We do so many black on black demonstrations. It's not even funny. We do them for fun. All those demonstrations you see against the sheets and the t-shirts and black paint, that's for fun. There's no challenge there for us. I literally have to get a challenge. I have to wipe out an entire Home Depot product list in order to get a challenge. And that is going to be a breeze. And 20 paints, that's all we have to go against. We'll knock that out easy with no problem. And you guys can't get past Behr Silver Screen and Network Gray 773. You can't get past the one strip of the 235 strip. You can't get through it. You're on camera matching paints at the end of the day? Oh, come on. Yeah, we don't consider you guys to be anywhere near our category of technology. You're jokes. That's what you are. I know you guys are taking offense. Oh, your product's crap. It is. It's crap. It is crap. That's what it is. You can't get past a basic house paint. It's the easiest test to do. And you can't get past it. You can't even pull a proper contrast level. Where's your black levels? How can we never see black levels on your products in fully lit environments? As a matter of fact, how can we never see your products outside? I don't see any of your products hardly outside. When it is outside, you're in the dark. That's when you're outside. No real test, nothing at all, because your products are garbage. They are. So again, what do we have to test against? White screen? Yeah, right. We can crush a white screen easily. We do that on white levels on a 1,000 lumen projector outside at 16 feet. So that's easy for us to do. Great. And again, great paints. I can make your stuff at the end of the day. So y'all stuff is it's old. It's outdated. It's a budget product. Let me see. What do we got? Gunmetal technology? No, because we can take out the top gunmetal screen. So no, there's nothing there. Only thing we have left for our technology to go side by side with is a TV. A monitor, and FLE technology basically at 60% can take a monitor at 720p, drop the settings and basically way below factory settings, put it in a fully lit environment, put it next to a TV set, and it still generates a level that high on an outdated projector that costs $270. The TV costs more than the projector, by the way. So yeah, this is what we mean by we need for the certified screens to step up and develop a black technology for something for us to test against, because again, you gray makers at the end of the day, if you can't get past 13 gray paints at Home Depot, it's not worth it. You can't even get past one. Besides, we don't get no credibility off you guys. There's no way in the world we get no credibility off your products at the end of the day. Great paint. Please. We literally do the same thing with freaking gray chalk paint. Does the same thing. As a matter of fact, we haven't seen that demonstration yet. Chalk paint versus gel product. Haven't seen it yet. FLE technology. Boom, 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 boom. So again, if we wanted to embarrass you guys, I could buy your stuff and have you give me back my money, which you usually do anyway, because y'all can't back your products. As a matter of fact, we even had one person on eBay when we bought their product, they sent us a container with no labels on it. Because anyone to know that when we went against their screen, who they were, they removed the labels when they shipped them to us. So what do y'all have? Nothing at all, period. Well, where's the panel at? I want to see what the panel runs for. See, and then they sit up there and they cry and whine all day about, my products are good. This and that. And y'all products are trash. I can ship y'all gray paint right now, and I guarantee you won't even do the demonstrations. Heck, there's gray paint free all over freaking YouTube. You can make for free. There's multiple people who show you how to make gray free screen paint. Do they do any of this test? No. Y'all products are trash. You downgrade someone's projector with that mess at the end of the day. Oh my goodness, man. So the only thing we have that we can consider a challenge, oh God, it's not even a challenge, is gunmetal. That's it. That's all we have. The other guy who has a product who calls himself making a black paint, you don't even know what color that stuff is. You don't know what color your paint is. How in the world does somebody paint a screen down and it comes out a complete different color? Then you do it again in your own demonstration. It came out two colors. It literally came out gray. We saw you mix it up. The bucket was basically black. Then it turns around to be gray. Then somehow when you poured out, it was a little bit of dark gray and light gray. I don't know what the heck was going on with that crap at the end of the day. And then to make it even worse, when the screen dried, it had all these freaking imperfections and bumps, and it was just disgusting. It was just disgusting. On top of that, it didn't even take well. The first application, you can literally see the primer on the other surface pushing through. And then when you went over multiple times, you could still see little white spots. You could see it pushing through. That's literally what was going on when he was painting the bigger screen. That's why he kept going back over and over again, because it wasn't taking. And then after he did all that painting, literally on some camera, oh, some of it was pushing through. I have to put another coat on. You went over that screen that many times. You mean to tell me? And that paint was pushing through. Do you know how many times it took me to go over a cardboard box? One time, done. That old dirty piece of wood? One time, done. And I got to go through all that crap to paint over a screen that didn't even take the first time? I'm just painting the screen just to paint the screen. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Or I'm just going to paint this wall just to paint the wall. But I'm not done painting the wall. Even though I did cover the entire wall with the paint, this is just to cover it. That's the dumbest thing I have ever heard. Range gain, another stupid thing I ever heard in my entire life. Yeah, it was just stupid. Range gain, what is range gain? Literally, what is it? You're going to tell me that if I paint the wall with the same exact paint, nothing different, I'm not spraying on a different application, I'm not taking this other paint out of another container and rolling back over the dry spot, I'm not doing any of that. I'm just taking the exact same paint, and if I paint it in a different direction, it has a different gain attached to it. What do you guys smoke? I'm pretty sure you have common sense. I'm pretty sure it does register somewhere in there. But what part of your brain thought that that was actually going to fly and people were going to believe in something that stupid? You know you set yourself up for a serve on that one, right? Because if I'm a customer and I buy that, the first thing I'm going to do is ask you, because how would I even know if I'm painting the screen, what gain did I achieve? So I'm definitely going to contact you and say, hey, look, can you tell me exactly how do I achieve the higher gain? Because that's pretty much what most people are going to want, the higher gain. So how do you explain this to a customer? How are they achieving the higher gain? How? I would love to see this, but there's no videos underneath of it, because when you click on the videos, all the videos point back to the exact same video where he shows you how to paint the screen in, which he mentions nothing about range gain. And then on top of that, to make it even crazier, the screen comes out two different colors in your own demonstration. Yeah, there you go. This is why they're angry and bitter. This is why you're bitter. And I see the bitterness in you. I see it. I see through. If you think at the end of the day you're making trouble for me, you're not making any trouble for me. You're adding more to your court case. That's what you're doing. Gentlemen, you're in open court cases. Yesterday, Danny Rogers, Solid Wake 5, because we don't have your name yet, but we'll have it too. All you gentlemen just got submitted into the FBI for the cyber unit as accomplices of Jamie Fernando Gonzalez, who is the ringleader of all this nonsense. You just got added to it yesterday. So now you're a part of the case. Good luck. You're going to need it. So Solid Wake 5, even though that's your handle name, don't get it wrong. They'll find out who you are. We'll get exactly what your name is and where you live. Because the reason why, because my attorney's involved now, and the attorney's going to sue you. So we'll have all your information. We'll know everything about you, even where you live at, even where you work at. We'll have all that. So they can track you down and arrest you. You do dumb stuff. Do you see me doing dumb stuff like that? Do you see me basically sending you down letters or to your neighbors? I don't do that stuff. I'm a grown man. I don't do something like that. Kids do stuff like that. Well, kids got common sense. They probably don't do stuff like that. People that have problems and mental issues do that crap at the end of the day. You do that. Yeah. Puppet heads and all that stuff. You're not professional in business. Who does that? I never seen Best Buy and Walmart get into a little dispute, or basically, what is it? McDonald's and freaking, no, it was Popeyes and, who was it? Popeyes and, what was it? They had a little dispute back and forth, but it was funny. It was actually hilarious. Popeye and, not Church's Chicken. It was, Chick-fil-A. Yeah. That little battle went back and forth, and it was freaking hilarious. Everybody enjoyed it because they were posting stuff on their signs back and forth, and it was funny. Because they know at the end of the day, if they're making puppet heads of people and doing the stuff that you guys, they all would be sued and in court. That is unprofessional. That's how you carried yourself at the end of the day. Unprofessional. But all the stuff that you sent out, this is going to be funny, we have it all. We have all these documents, paper, we have all that stuff, letters, everything. This is what you're going to see again when you go to court. You're going to have to explain that to the judge on why we received these items. And I said, good luck on that one. But anyway, this again, it shows you at the end of the day that no, these are people who are angry. They can't back their products. They can't. If I tell you your product's trash, your product's trash. If you sit there and say at the end of the day that I've never tried to buy, I did try to buy. I tried to buy from you 7 times. You gave me back my money. You sat there. I think at the end of the day, I think you may have some mental problems too, Danny Rogers. And I'll tell you why. Because you sat there on camera and said that your product doesn't come in 4 colors. You want to challenge that in court? And have your lawyer contact me. You want to challenge that in court? Because I'll take you to court on that with no problem. You sat there and said that your product didn't come in 4 colors, but yet we saw 4 colors being displayed on the screen. So the question is, how are you shipping it? It has to come in 4 different containers, right? So how else would you ship it? And again, I think there's something wrong with you guys. He got mad and said that he said I never said anything about 4 containers. Well, you showed 4 colors. So how are you shipping it? It has to come in 4 different containers. If you don't, you're going to have something called cross-contamination, which means they're going to blend into each other and the colors are going to change. So that was his first product, I think called the Goopity Goo, where that stuff was. It required 4 different colors and I know your instructions by heart. He said something about it had to be a 3-inch wide line that you had to paint it, but he was completely off on that one. And you had your wife, Kelly, paint the screen in. I had the video, I recorded your entire instructions, just in case we have to go to court for something. And you come up in court and you say something stupid in your mouth, like, Your Honor, he accused me of so and so and so of saying yeah, I got it right there. You said 4 colors, right? So 4 colors have to come in 4 containers, because however way you're shipping it. You didn't take all 4 colors and put them in one container and stir it up and pour it onto your screen. You didn't do that, did you? You did each individual one. And that means each time you did one, what did you do? You washed out your roller. Why would you wash out your roller? Because you didn't want the other paint to contaminate the other one. So how would you ship it? Ta-da! That's why I call you stupid. Because you literally got on camera and made that statement. Then you sat on camera and you said, he's never purchased any of my products. Oh, please mention that one in court. I can show you receipts. Oh, I did purchase. I purchased 7 times. And each time he returned the money back to my account. Never shipped out anything. Not a dime. See, that's what I'm talking about. You guys lie as you go along. Interesting. So I did have your products. As a matter of fact, Jamie, I've had a lot of your products. Before you started doing the dumb stuff at the end of the day, Jamie did ship products to us. Legit. I mean, legit products. Nothing wrong with it. No tampering. Nothing. He used to do that. Then when he realized that people were catching wind that his products were nothing more than house paint, and he was ripping people off, then he started going in and doing all the fraud and shipping down products that weren't so. That landed him 2 post office fraud charges for that, for doing something that stupid. But anyway, yeah, he was shipping us down products legit. This is why we went in on the eBay account and I wanted to go buy the products. If you notice, one of the containers was $129 because he was jumping the price to keep me from buying the product. So why are you so scared about us having your products? Because we tested them and they tested the house paint. So we wanted to get the rest of them, and that's what he did. So in the middle of the live stream, he pulled this listing because he made a statement and he said, hey, we can't ship to you due to the fact that your address is unshippable. And I go, you really want to go on a limb with that? Like, come on, have you guys learned anything by dealing with me to begin with? That I back everything up that I say? So I pulled his bluff. I pulled up a document that showed right there that he shipped an item to our house and it showed delivered, which means my address was legit. And then he pulled this listing because he had nothing left. That's what they do. When they have nothing left, when they can't lie anymore, they pull listings. Like the Cinemax product. One of them went missing, the one with you in the red hoodie, and all of a sudden the other one popped up, and in the middle of a live stream, you pulled the listing. Because there's no more lies you could tell. You were backed into a corner. So gentlemen, think about this. If I do this kind of stuff to you on a regular basis, can you imagine in a courtroom what I'll do to you? I could back you into a corner and turn you to a piece of stone when I get done with you. There's nothing you could say. There's nothing you could do. I have all the cards in my hand. That's how I do court. That's how I do business. If you can't defend yourself here from your lies and your cheating and everything, and I can defend my product on every level, what is going to happen in a courtroom? There's no place to go in there. You can't hide behind your keyboard. You can't pull your listings, disconnect your internet. You're trapped in a courtroom with me, a judge, and lawyers with your evidence staring you in the face. What are you going to do? Consequences are going to be extremely high. There's jail time in these situations because you guys did reckless stuff. So what are you going to do? So I know you're not getting much sleep over this. I know for the door, you're not getting much sleep. I know you're nervous every day. Right now, off camera, your lives are a complete hell. I know it already. You don't know when those documents are going to pop up on that desk, and you don't know when they're going to execute that judgment for those officers to come out and arrest you. So any day could be any day. Just like Jamie, when you sat home and you never knew that a process server was going to pop up at your front door and bang on your door and go, process server! Called your name and everything loud, didn't he? You never knew when that day was going to come, but it came and you weren't prepared for it. That's why you hid behind your wife and she came to the door. So any given day, these people are going to pop up at your door, beat on that door and say, we got a warrant for your arrest. We need you to come out, or they're going to go in. So I know what your lives are like right now. Your lives are, you're nervous right now, extremely nervous. Now, for me, I'm going to get back to work. I got things to do. But you guys, you're extremely, I know right now, when you're in that situation, state of mind, nothing is normal for you anymore. Food doesn't taste right. And the environment is not right. You go through depression. You go through a lot of stuff because you don't know what's going to happen, but you know it's going to happen. You don't know when, but you know it's going to happen. And right now, what they're going through, that's why they're acting this way, because they're trying to retaliate. They're trying to basically shake me loose so I can basically be afraid of. I'm not afraid of Jack at the end of the day. Only one I fear is God. So I don't fear you at all. All you're doing right now is just giving me more ammo to put into the gun. That's all you're doing. Every time you send something over, I start laughing. Like, here we go. I send it over to them. I send it over. We get the report, incident report, and we send it to the attorneys. That's all you're doing. It's like playing Russian roulette, gentlemen. Every time I load a bullet into a chamber and I squeeze the trigger, there's a chance that maybe you might get out of it. But you have given me so much ammo that anytime I squeeze that trigger, you can blast it with either way. There's no empty spots left in the chamber. You're going to get hit every single time you go into court. And everything you did, you're going to have to answer for it. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have a really rough time finding an attorney. A really rough time finding an attorney. The only thing an attorney can do for you, especially for you, Jamie, is to try to lessen the blow. You're going to get jail time. It's going to happen. A misdemeanor over here in Pennsylvania for what you guys did, just roughly say a little harassment line, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You guys have been doing it. They slandering me, my company, saying I'm a scammer. It's a misdemeanor of probably 1 year in jail. 1 year in jail. That's if it's your first offense. If it's your first offense. If it's not your first offense and it shows previous charges on there, then you're looking at maybe 5 to 10 years. If it's worse than that, then you're looking at maybe more time than that. So yeah, I would be nervous, especially Jamie. If I were you, I'd be extremely nervous. You've seen somebody pop up at your door already. An enforcement officer, not enforcement officer, pretty much from the court chair. They carry badges too. You got 21 charges right now. 21 charges on your account right now. Oh, I forgot. That number is going to jump because of the letter. I told you at the end of the day, you can sit there and say, well, look, I had nothing to do with this letter at all, period. No, it all extends. Everything is extending from you running your mouth and making false accusations. That's what it's extending from. That's what you're initially being charged for. Everything else follows behind that. Of what you triggered for the false accusations, all the emails, the racial slurs, all that stuff. That's what that's from. Can't wait to see you guys. I really can't wait to see you guys in person. I can't wait to see you guys in person. Oh, and the other person who sent from Maryland. Oh yeah, you signed that thing, really? Well, let me ask this question, because we read that thing. That thing was freaking a circus show. Guys are really, I'm gonna put it this way. I try to be nice here, but you guys are really stupid. You can't spell. How could you're like a 5-year-old wrote that? Who wrote that letter at the end of the day? I would love to know who wrote the letter. Because whoever basically sent the letter, you didn't come off as an intelligent person. You came off as a person who may have a couple of screws loose. You came off looking like an idiot, like a retard. I don't say it that way. They're actually smarter than you guys. You came off looking like a complete freaking idiot. Who wrote that letter? It's so many misspellings in it, runoffs on sentence. The grammar is absolutely horrible. Like a 5-year-old, like did a 5-year-old write this? You're a grown men, and well, to say women, but you're grown men. You can't write a simple letter. You don't know how to put capitals at the beginning of a sentence. It's the first thing they teach you. You don't know how to put, seriously, capitals? You put down happy holidays at the top. There was no capitals at the beginning. Really? Oh man, I can't wait till this case is over. We're going to post some of these letters. They are freaking hilarious. You guys are idiots. How do you not know how to spell? You can't spell fence? Really? There are basic words in there. And then they were putting commas in between. Yeah. So whoever sent that, again, that makes you look like a complete idiot at the end of the day. We've seen Jamie's writing. Jamie's writing is actually awful. His website is awful. She can't spell court. Literally cannot spell court. How do you mess up the abbreviation for court? Can't spell delivered. That's been there for like God knows how long. I literally went in and copied and pasted his site to Hotmail, because Hotmail has a fantastic spelling checker in there. And it is crazy on how many misspellings it's insane how much he has in there. Y'all got a nerve to be calling somebody an idiot at the end of the day, and you don't know how to write a proper letter at all. Period. Put a lot of periods in there. Can't write a proper letter? Gee whiz. Yeah, we're gonna post a letter. We're gonna post it. We get it over here. Get it over here. It's still coming. The neighbor's gonna be dropping it over. But we're gonna post a letter. It is freaking hilarious. So again, I wouldn't even dare buy screen paint from somebody who can't even write correctly. Write like a 5-year-old. I gotta post it. Bring some of this up. Hold on a minute. Grab my microphone here on the floor. Oh, we had a ball laughing. I never laughed so hard in my life. We was up like 3 o'clock in the morning, cracking up over this letter. They tried to make it sound like they were telling something real serious. It couldn't even start with no capitals. Why don't you pass it, Jamie? We know you write like this. I know your wife probably writes better than you do. I don't think this is Danny. Danny, basically, judging from what I've seen on his website, he knows how to write properly. He does have some misspellings in there, but that's small stuff at the end of the day. But Jamie, God, what? Seriously, man, you're writing like a 5-year-old. Taco has better grammar than you. It's horrible. I've never seen. And when I first saw it, I started laughing. I almost choked on my freaking Coca-Cola. You got to see this. Did I run this so far? I think I did run this on my page. Gee whiz. Like, spelling checkers. There's spelling checkers on literally everything. These new phones here have built-in spelling checkers. You know, if you text something in, it tells you the proper grammar, how to spell it and how to write it and stuff like that. These phones have it. Everything has spelling checkers. Do you know that freaking Wix has a built-in spelling checker? Yeah, don't even get me started on that one. I'm sorry, you got me started, gentlemen. I'm gonna dig in on you. I got to. It's funny. Your website is a freaking joke. You can't spell court. How do you abbreviate? You can abbreviate court QRT? What the freak? Seriously? And then you got capitals in the middle of sentence and periods, and then they run off to this and run off to that, and then they start off with no cap. I never heard anybody spell a sentence, put a period there, and then start the new sentence right next to that one, and you have no capitals to show that that's the beginning of a new sentence. My sister right now, she's a grammar junkie. She couldn't look at it. She's like, gonna make my OCD trigger off. Y'all write that bad. And you got spelling checkers on everything. I couldn't imagine what your emails look like. You didn't run this past anybody. I'm pretty sure somebody in your family know how to spell correctly, because that's horrible. Who the freak taught y'all? I mean, literally, if you're an adult and you're writing like that at the end of the day, there's something wrong there. Somebody had to teach you. Who taught you? What school did you go to? Did you even graduate? Did you graduate? That's a big question. Did you graduate? This thing is hilarious. Look at this. I got to show you the first part. This is the part we was crying. I never laughed so hard. So I brought the letter over to, they gave it to us, sent us over in the text message, but I brought it over to my family, and we were laughing so hard in the kitchen. Oh, the jokes are freaking endless. They were freaking endless. Look at this nonsense right here. They started the letter. There is no freaking capitals in the beginning. Happy holidays. Look at the space between happy holidays and the official letter where it starts off at. Really? You don't know how to start the sentence of a you don't know how to start the beginning of a letter. They teach you this in school. How to write this. Oh, good gracious. Look at this. He starts off with where it says here, it says on officials, right? And then it's a period, but the period's over here. You do know the period's supposed to be where you stop at, right? The period doesn't begin with the new sentence. Oh man, this is hilarious. It's funny. So yeah, you sent this to, they took it as a joke. They took it as a joke because even they know how to spell. Anyone who knows how to spell and knows proper grammar and even basically how to write a letter would look at this as a joke. So again, not only did you fail, but you came out looking like a complete freaking idiot. So anyone reading this, look at how in the world do you mess this up? Look where the period starts at. Why is the period at the beginning of the new sentence, and it's not even capitalized. What the freak? You didn't put no capital there? Who wrote this? Literally, I have to know who wrote this. An adult couldn't have written it. Did an adult write this? Oh my goodness. I got to go in on you. I got to go in on you. It's hilarious. Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at the period in between there. You put down garage, period, not. Oh my goodness. I swear. I'm going to post this. Jamie, you're going to get full credit for this. You're definitely getting full credit for this. What's up he put right here? Which is actually hilarious right here. You can't spell fence. I'm going to help you out, man. If you can't spell delivered, that's unbelievable. You can't spell. I don't know how he spelled it, but it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. You can't spell court. How do you mess with the abbreviation for court? I can't wait for the judge to read. The judge is gonna laugh at this. They're definitely gonna laugh. You may get and on top of that, you sent it from Maryland. So somebody from Maryland contact somebody in Philadelphia about a yeah, that doesn't even go well either. I can see if it came from Allentown, but it came from Maryland. Oops, there we go. Maybe let's switch back to where it was. There we go, if I can do it that way. You guys are stupid. You can't get any more dumber than these guys. Yeah, that's why I call you guys the Three Stooges. This is why. This is why y'all got the nickname on here. Let's see. Who was you addressing this to anyway when you wrote this? Because it didn't come out that well. Gee, and why, again, why is there a huge space between happy holidays and here? So somebody wrote a letter from Maryland to Philadelphia about me at the end of the day. Yeah, that was real smart, people. It was real gentleman. That was really, really smart. You guys are stupid. This is why I call you guys idiots. But I want the internet to know how dumb you guys are. This is why we call you the Three Stooges. When you're in your little forum chat room, having your little powwow in there, your little girly powwow in there, we call you guys the Three Stooges. You're right. Give yourself your names, Curly, Mo, Larry. You guys are definitely Stooges. Danny on one hand can't get his paint to come out correctly. It comes out two different colors. Doesn't talk about anything about range gain, which doesn't even exist to begin with. Doesn't know the difference between a gymnasium and a church. My goodness. Jamie, on the other hand, both of y'all stole Google images, which is actually quite hilarious. But Jamie, on the other hand, matched the house paint on two different occasions and still try to sell the product as if it never happened when everybody saw the video clearly. I can't go on with the rest of it. Sat there and said that 2 quarts of its paint paints a 300-inch screen, the equivalence of 3 100-inch screens. You don't know math, do you? You know, a 100-inch screen, it's 4 by 7. You know that, right? So if a 4 feet high, stack them up, that'd be 12. 12 feet. And if you were to stack them by 7, that'd be 21. So where in the world would you reach the range of a 300-inch screen if my screen in the back was 250 inches? That screen was 11 feet high and ranged over 20 feet wide. Yeah, you're idiots. You're people or you're idiots. What was the other one that was funny? Sound Week 5, another one, another Stoogen. Literally did a fake unboxing, copied an email that didn't even match our emails. As a matter of fact, it doesn't even register anywhere on freaking Hotmail at all. And it didn't even say Hotmail at then, it said email@.com. Takes his pictures next to the actual receipts with his face plastered on the thumbnail and got caught with a fake unboxing. And in the middle of getting busted, started deleting videos off his channel. Whole thing was recorded. And then you guys do a little powwow, little girly chat in there. Why you have my thumbnail of my Black Series edition copyright, which I recorded all that. That's all documented now. Yeah, you definitely are the Three Stooges. And then you write stuff like this. Now, I've seen Danny's writing. He's emailed us, so we know what he sounds like when he emails us. Jamie, we saw yours too. Your stuff is horrible, but his is much better than yours. At least he does know some stuff. You don't know jack at all. This is a guy who sat there and said about 2 quarts of paint. Like, how much is it going to cost for a gallon, like 2, 4, 6, 8. Where did you freak did you get freaking 6 and 8 from? It's 4. It's 4 quarts makes a gallon. Where in the world did you start off with 2, 4, 6, 8, and then there's a face check on camera? I'm gonna find that video. There's a face check on camera. Like, you can't add. You have to add to be in this business. You know that, right? You have to know how to add. If you're building and designing screens, you have to know the exact calculations on building 235.1s and 239.1s and 1610s and 16.9s. You have to know all that. You have to know all those calculations and all those measurements when you build screens. How the freak are you in the business? You can't even add. You don't know how many quarts go into a gallon? Werner, what did you start off with? 2, 4, 6. You had it right at 4. Then you go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Really? If it costs you $30 for 1 quart, this would be $60. All right? So you said you paid $100, you paid $27, but that's on the receipt. $27 for the quart. With tax, I say roughly it's $30. And you paid for 2 of them, right? I don't want to confuse him here because he'll get really confused and start taking off his shoes and socks and start counting with his toes. So we're going to make sure he understands this. Should I go by the quart system or by the ounces? Because I can break it down in ounces. If I do it that way, it's going to confuse you, which we don't want to confuse you. Gee whiz, I literally had this conversation right directly with this guy on his channel. And he got mad and went into a rant. He doesn't even know how to add. So let me get this straight. You said at 27, say tax is 30, that'd be $60, which would be 64 ounces. If it was actually a gallon, it'd be 128 ounces, which would be around $120. You kind of got it? Sheesh. Can't write for Jack. I saw the transcripts. I saw the rest of the transcripts. Wait till you see the rest of the transcripts we got from PayPal. They're freaking hilarious. They're absolutely hilarious what he wrote in there. And this message right here, he repeats the same word twice over and over again, which is a habit he has when he writes letters. He constantly has a habit of writing things in two. What the freak? Now, seriously, you put down please. Why is the period right next to the P? Why is it there? The period should be where the sentence ends. Oh, you definitely wrote this. You definitely wrote this. This is you, Jamie. This is definitely you. I'm pretty sure you used a Maryland address. That's what you did. This is you. This is your handwriting. This is what you do. It matches perfectly to your website. Look at that. He didn't even put in the period supposed to be where the sentence ends, and then he puts it where it begins, and he puts a lowercase p. That's supposed to be capital. You want to come off like you're a smart person at the end of the day. Jamie, you are not a smart person. You are a completely freaking idiot. I can't wait to get you in court. You're going to sit there and stutter and everything else. Look at this. He put a comma. Why the frick is there a comma right in the middle? Gee, where we got that whatchamacallit, misspellings? My goodness, I swear. You can't spell fence? Look how he spelled fence. Can you believe he can't spell and what the freak is that? Is that supposed to be fence? I'm really questioning if you graduated or not. There's no way in the world you graduated from school. I don't think you have a diploma. I really don't. I don't think you graduated. You couldn't even pass a GED with this. This is pretty bad. So I don't know what the freak. I got to have somebody dig into your freaking, because again, we're bringing you to court. We got to dig into everything about you. This is pretty bad. I don't even know how you start a sentence off with no freaking capitals. Really? Who starts happy holidays with, are you kidding me? What did you write this on? Like where? Because it had to have a spelling checker on it. Like you couldn't figure this out. You got the person's name spelled incorrect. So we got emails from him like this, exactly like this, the same thing. This is how I know this came from Jamie. Because his spelling is really bad. And if you look at his website is horrible. You can see the bad spelling in there too also. See how you repeat the same thing. See how he says and. Look right here. He says right here. He says adding a bathroom, N-A kitchen, N-A, 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 N-A. Oh my goodness. So I can see right here, your wife is the one with the intelligence. You ain't got it. She should have wrote this for you, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't get involved in this nonsense at the end of the day because she has common sense. You don't have any common sense. That's why you didn't go to her for help, because she wouldn't have supported this dumb nonsense at the end of the day. This is your dumb nonsense at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure her writing's much better than yours. I'm pretty sure she does probably all the work when it comes to that end, because you don't have the intelligence level for this at all, period. And I'm pretty sure if you brought this to her, she doesn't want to be involved in this nonsense and what's going on. I'm pretty sure when that process server came knocking on your door, you probably made some golden promise to her that it would never happen again. And she's never going to have a problem. Oh, she's definitely going to see a whole lot. She's definitely going to know that you kept it up. I'm pretty sure you made some kind of promise to her. But I'm pretty sure if she wrote this would be much better to read. But you, on the other hand, this is you. You didn't come to ask her for any help at all. You do notice it's post office mail fraud, right? Oh my goodness, look at this. Hold on for a minute. Like I said, we was in the kitchen crying. Everyone's got this. My buddies and all of them, they all got this. We couldn't stop laughing over this. And the guy was like, how old is he? He's like 47 something years old. Like, did he graduate? I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I don't even know how he could have graduated. Can you spell diploma? I don't think he graduated. And at that, I don't even, what grade are you? What grade are you? That's the big question. Did you even graduate? Are you a fifth grader? Sixth? Maybe a seventh grader? Because seventh grader wouldn't even be this, wouldn't spell this bad. You can't spell fence. How the frick you don't spell fence? I gotta go this thing to a spelling checker. I gotta run this thing through a spelling. What's the other part? Oh, like I said, my stomach never hurt so much. I never laughed. Sorry. I can't tell you the things he was being called, but it was pretty bad. Because again, dude, if you call yourself writing this to look like it's supposed to be written by a professional, even by an adult with some kind of intelligent level, you failed miserably. Look at the space. It's for laughing. Look at the space between that and freaking hello. Look how the space is. That is freaking hilarious. And no capitals. Why would you even start off a sentence? You know, you can Google this. You can literally Google how to write a proper letter. Why would you start off and then end it with the period on the other side of the sentence? The period is supposed to be where like you go, all right, I'm going to the car to get the bottle of milk. Period. Your period is not even anywhere near the ending of the sentence. It's literally at the start of the sentence. And when you start a new sentence, it's supposed to have a capital. Did anyone teach you this in school? I'm literally going to send you over a freaking video. No, I forgot it. We can't engage them. Literally, we can talk about we can't engage them. Gee whiz. I don't know how to spell. You know, fire is good, right? So just to let you know, you knuckle dragger, at the end of the day, fire is actually good. All right. If you light it, don't scream, don't run. You know what I mean? It's not a god. Don't worship it. Rain is not a god either. Don't worship that either. Just let you know. All right. But fire is actually good. Gee, we've probably been around since they invented the wheel. This is unbelievable. This is freaking hilarious. You definitely are a knuckle dragger. You definitely are. What I call them online, I call them uneducated prehistoric Neanderthal. Gee whiz. This is hilarious. Hold a minute. Wait. Disgusting, unsanitary. Oh my God. Did you Google any of these words? You know, sometimes Google doesn't even give you the proper spelling of something. You have to actually know what the proper spelling of it is. Some people, they basically Google something. They have an idea of how it's spelled, but they're not really sure, but they want to make sure. It's the spelling checkers do. And everything literally has spelling checkers attached to them. Even Wix. Wix's entire page has a spelling checker on it. So that way, whoever's writing in something, you get this underscore red that says, hey, look, you spelled that incorrectly. So I know because I have Wix, just like you have Wix. And the fact that you have that many misspellings on your site, Wix would be underscoring that left and right. You do know what that red line stands for. Is it red or is purple or blue? Everyone has something different, but the Wix underscore is red. So Jamie, so you know this, the underscore that comes up under your Wix is not telling you spelt it right. It's telling you spelt it incorrectly, and you need to go back and spell it correctly. The problem you have at the end of the day, you don't know how it's spelled. Some people get an idea of it, but you can still go into Google and get the correct spelling of it, of how it's spelled, because it would correct it for you. Ugh. Adding, oh, what the freak? Adding up a, gee whiz, seriously. Kind of like, your writing is kind of like the speech for Microsoft. You know how the robot sound? You sound like that. You do. This is horrible. Can I write this into my whatchamacallit so it speaks it? Oh, I can do that. I can literally type this into my message board and it'll speak it. Oh, I've got to hear this. I literally got to hear this. I think the thing's gonna mess up. You're gonna break my machine. Let me see. I'm gonna get you some help. I'm definitely gonna get you some help. So now we're writing letters, and I'm pretty sure this address we got here is probably not a legit address. It's probably another store. So we'll be contacting that store too. Have a conversation with the owner. Say, hey, look, we got a letter that came by with your company's on it, because he's been using other companies and writing these strange letters and sending them. That's what he's been doing. He's doing that because he's trying to show that it's not coming from him, but it actually is coming from him. Because we can tell by the handwriting. So I can go to court and I can show multiple emails from you to other people and to us, even your website, showing the exact same kind of bad writing, exactly the same thing. It's you. There's no one who writes this bad. You're the only one that writes this bad. See, everybody, when they write something, they have this kind of what you call signature display, what they do. Me, my signature display is kind of weird. I write uppercase, lowercase, cursive, and print all at the same time. So that's how people would pretty much figure that's my handwriting, because that's literally how I write. So everybody has something where they cross their T's, where they dot their I's. There are people who basically study handwriting. They can tell exactly who wrote it that matches certain letters. And we have your signature. You know that? We have a signature because he signed for 2 packages, the 2.0 and the certified letter, which was the most recent one. So we have your signature, and your signature is waste. Now, Jamie, the only reason why I haven't called, and I do have the number for license inspection in your area, I can also too address them to your landlord, because I know your place is definitely condemned. It's a lot going on in there. When they pull out those cabinets and stuff and they see all that dust and fur and everything from your cats and dogs in there, and God knows what else is going on in them corners, because again, you got stuff piled in there galore. I can easily do this. I can easily get you removed, but we need you to stay there. I need you to stay there because I want the officers to have a place to go to pick you up. That's why nothing's been called in yet. Because I need for them to go to your house or your place and pick you up. We know where you live at, and we got a satellite photo and everything. And the processors are already there. And they already confirmed it was you, because you did hide behind your wife. She came out, she only cracked the door a little bit, but she cracked the door enough where he couldn't serve her the paperwork, so they posted it to your door. But we heard you, dude. They contacted and told me you were back there. You just didn't want to come to the door. You're a coward at the end of the day. Be a man, face up. But don't worry, the new ones that'll be coming through, they're different. They're actually FBI agents. they'll walk right into your property, knock your door down if they have to, and they'll come get you. So you won't be hiding behind your wife. And then you can explain to her why you're sitting in handcuffs going being carted off to a car for a processing center. Doing dumb stuff. My goodness. This letter is freaking hilarious. Ooh, man. Really, man? Seriously? You didn't learn anything in school? What were you doing in school? The whole entire time you weren't learning anything? This is the first time that's why I tell you people, when I went to his website, I said, gee whiz, I don't feel like on his website. I don't feel like losing any brain cells. You ever read through his website? It is freaking a nightmare in there. It is. Oh, this is the reason why you don't put any specification sheet in. You can't spell. That's why you had no well, you don't test anything. But even if you did test, you don't know how to spell. You even got my landlord's name wrong. I can't spell. Really? Gee, don't know anything. I gotta find that one part. I swear, we was just sitting there laughing. I never laughed it so hard in my life on this letter. But I gotta come down and show them the transcripts that came in from PayPal. They're gonna be in there crying. I can't tell you what they called them in there. It was some pretty bad names, but yeah. One thing I couldn't stop laughing about, they literally said that his yellow bus, and it was one seat on the yellow bus, it was him, and his yellow bus was so short, it was a unicycle. That was freaking hilarious. There's only one for you, just for you, because you in your own special universe. I'm surprised you got holiday spelled correctly. I mean, people, when they write, they're going to have some errors. That's what they do. But you got perfect and you don't get any errors at all. I mean, I've done 8,000 and not got any errors, like, woohoo, no errors. But anyway, people are going to have them. But gee whiz, man, this is like a 5-year-old wrote this. I mean, if you read through this, it's absolutely awful. Let's see. Now, it's funny. This is coming from Maryland. And you put down unsanitary for all of us. So a question there. Us, does that mean the person who sent it to? What do you mean by all of us? That's what we were laughing about in the kitchen. And what you addressed it to. So what do you mean by all of us? Because you say all of us, you mean also the person who wrote the letter. So if you live in the same neighborhood with somebody and you say, hey, look, the guy next door has all these cars in front of his lawn and it drops down our property value for all of us, which means the person also too is included. They also live in the neighborhood. But that's hard to say if the letter comes from Maryland. That's why we call you stupid. Literally call you stupid. So how does that work? Are you saying the neighbor is saying that to them? Because if the neighbor's saying she sent, but the neighbor was sent the letter. So how would they say it to them if they were sent the letter from Maryland? Oh yeah, it's gonna be bad for you in court. I'm telling you, I'm gonna use this letter against you in court. Here's a funny part right here. He says, again without the cap in front, hello, good neighbors and officials. So who are you speaking to when you say officials? Do you know how to direct a letter? Jamie, I wrote you a nice letter, right? Spelling check, perfect grammar, all that good stuff, right? You see how when I wrote that letter, there was a section for you that spoke directly to you. Then there's another section explaining what the letter stands for. Then there's another section basically explaining to the judge what is going on in this letter. That's how you write a letter. Feel free to basically learn off the letter I just sent you, the certified letter. Gee whiz, you can't do jack right. Look at this. Hello, good neighbors and officials. So who are you addressing when you say officials? Because if you're talking about officials, which you mean, you know, government agencies, they wouldn't be in the neighbors' homes. They would be someplace else, unless you sent this to the government officials. But why would you put neighbors in there? Because then you'd be addressing neighbors that live at the government official building. So who are you addressing it to? Oh, yeah, like I said, he's an idiot. Whatever a minute. Disgusting.
Here's the definition of disgusting: arousing revulsion or strong indignation.
You can't spell disgusting? That's how you spell disgusting. Let me show you right here. He spelled disgusting. Disguesting. It's not guess. It's disgusting. Disgusting. You can't spell. Jamie Fernando Gonzalez, you can't spell. This is why I call you guys the three students. This is why I call you idiots at the end of the day. You can't spell. You call you, look, let me tell you something at the end of the day. If you're going to even misspell my company's name, you can't spell that correctly. If you're going, gentlemen, at the end of the day, let me explain something to you. If you're going to try to insult me, at least know how to spell it correctly. You spell fence. Let me show you how to spell fence. Gee, I'll help you, Jamie, right here. There you go. Fence.
According to the Spruce, best materials for a DIY privacy fence, wood has long been and continues to be a popular material for privacy fencing. Fence wood, usually cedar or pine,
oh my goodness, I swear.
relatively inexpensive.
This is freaking hilarious. You gotta wait till I see the PayPal transcript. They're freaking unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's why one person said, was he drunk? When he wrote it. Was you drunk? Do you drink? What the freak? Like, seriously, you don't know how do you, oh, wow. He couldn't even spell disgusting. He was in there crying over this. So who wrote this letter? So you try to make it sound like somebody else wrote it. No, that was you. This is you. This is your handwriting. Because anybody going to your website right now and they read to your website, they will see it all matches. You couldn't spell court. How do you spell court under QRT? That's not court. Let me see right here. There you go. Let me show you, Jamie, real quick. This is not how you spell fence. See right here what you said? His urine and fence. Pours his urine. Pour his urine and fence. And fence? You mean over the fence? Really? Don't get mad. Don't get mad on me over to get mad, because you be over to get mad and I'm sitting my always. No, this is you. This is definitely you. Your handwriting, everything you do this is poor. And I say everything you do poor. I'm pretty sure you do something good. But your spelling is absolutely freaking horrible. I've read through your stuff, man. I read through your website. It's horrible. This is you. You didn't even properly write this correctly. No one took this seriously. They took it as a joke. Because most of everyday people know how to spell. They know how to write a proper letter. They've graduated. Even if you didn't graduate from high school, you still know how to spell a proper letter at the end of the day. This is freaking hilarious. Wooded area. We all know the area out here. The wooded area would be across the park on the opposite side. That's the wooded area. There's no wooded area near the garage. So you would have to walk at least, I say, somewhere between 30 steps before you hit the wooded area. Yeah, you don't know anything about the back of the garage at all, period. And there's no grass back there, by the way. It's gravel and it's basically cement. Doo-doo. You're an idiot, I swear. Jamie, I gotta go in on this letter on you. You know it's gonna happen, right? I'm gonna embarrass the daylights out of you. And I'm gonna match this to all your letters. So I'm gonna make a little site. We're gonna have a little site set up for you. I'm gonna match it to the transcripts that you write we've seen already. And your website transcripts, including this letter right here, which will show that they all match. This is how you write. I don't know if I got this real quick. He said infants. You remind me of If you always saw It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I think it was Dennis. Was it Dennis? It was Dennis. What was his name? Dennis with Kitten Mittens, whatever. He wrote this letter for his speech and like, give me money now. I want power. This is literally how you write. You write just like that. Let me see right here. I can't spell fence. He literally can't spell fence. Okay, here we go. And grass. Let me see. Waste which what the freak is going on here? So I feel like you're having a freaking seizure reading this stuff. Waste which he is then pouring. Really? Were you having a seizure when you was writing this out? Like seriously, did you read that? Hold on for a minute. Did you read this right here? Waste which he is then pouring his urine and fence, and you couldn't spell fence right. His urine and fence. So wait, did I pour out a fence? Dude, I gotta go in on you, this man. You know this is gonna happen. Look, man, I try to make this about something else, but this thing is so. We ended up last night laughing about this. We got to talk about this, man. Jamie, you're an idiot. You can't spell for Jack. Literally, this is you. This is definitely you. Oh my goodness, it's just too hilarious. I try to make the videos about something completely different, but it's just so funny. You have no idea. The stuff that they do is freaking hilarious. This is why they got the nickname the Three Stooges. But literally, when we read to this, we were like, did a 5-year-old wrote this? I say a 5-year-old has better writing than this guy. So Jamie said, see that where it says fence right there? That's not how fence is spelled. This is how you spell fence. There's no S in fence. Where the freak did you get an S for offense? Oh, I see what happens. You mistake. Well, it's a C in there too. You know that, right? There's a C in there, but there's no S in fence. You missed the N. You literally missed the N. You know there's an N in there, right? And you want people to trust your honest opinion on basically being well educated in the world of home theater, and you can't spell fence. And this is how you wrote this thing out at the end of the day. I hope you're in this room because I want you to look at this. I need to educate you. I pay for tutoring. Matter of fact, when they got a GED class when you're in there, right? Because you can take GED classes while you're in there. That way to help you out with your education. Because gee whiz, this is why your website looks the way it looks. So did I dump out a fence? Because it doesn't say over the fence. It says in fence. Waste which he is then pouring his urine, so I'm wrong, and fence in the garage. What the freak is that about? So it's basically, what am I dumping out? Am I dumping out urine and the fence? Because you said and fence, urine and fence. His urine and fence. I need to spell fence correctly. This is why I call you an idiot. This is why. This is your writing right there from the door. Oh, man, that makes it so easy. And you get mad when somebody calls you an idiot. This is why we call you the Three Stooges. This is why you call you an idiot. Because you can't write and you can't spell. Your grammar's off. You got freaking periods that are not even meeting the end of the sentence. They're at the starting of the sentence. There's no capitals in there. This is freaking a joke at the end of the day. So if you try to make this sound like somebody else sent this, because you did put somebody's name. Of course he didn't put his name in. He put somebody else's name up there. If you try to make it sound like it was somebody else, whoever that somebody else is a complete idiot. This doesn't have any weight at all whatsoever, period. What were you trying to do here? I guess you were trying to get me kicked out or trying to basically disrupt the landlord or whatever. This is what you're trying to do. But again, anyone with common sense that knows how to read and write at the end of the day and spell would know at the end of the day that there's something either wrong with this person, either they're slow or maybe they have some mental issues or something, because that's not a letter that an everyday Joe would write. You said "and fence." So am I throwing the fence out too with the urine? throwing urine over the fence. Over the fence. That's how it's said. How in the world did you not get any freaking spelling check? So on this, what kind of spelling check are you using? Did you disable those things? Let me see. Forced to use buckets to dispose his waste, which he is then pouring his urine and fence that you couldn't even spell correctly. You can't spell for Jack at all, period. I can't wait to get you in court, boy. We're going to laugh at you to daylight. Family will be there too, by the way. Family's definitely going to be there. A lot of my family's going to be there. But I can't wait to see you in court. And by the way, you're going to have to show up. If you decide that you don't want to show up, it's called a bench warrant. You don't want one of those on. It's the last thing you want on you, because then you get hunted. You don't want that. Just show up for court. I can't wait for the judge to read this. We have the letters just like this. But you can't read, and I can see right there, you definitely are not reading too well. And your spelling is absolutely awful. The grammar is actually extremely bad. And here, what else are you writing here? Hold on for a minute. In fence. Do I throw a fence out too? Didn't know that. Let's see our great neighborhood. Unfortunately, let me see. Unfortunately, you started with a period right there. So this is this sentence right here where you put off here, where you say no capitals right here. Hello, good neighbor, and officials. Then you stop. Where did you stop? Why did you stop? The sentence was still going on. You cut it off right there, but you put a period, not at the ending of a sentence. You put it at the beginning of a sentence. And again, no capital. Always start the beginning of a sentence with a capital.
According to Empire State University, capitals signal the start of a new sentence. This is a stable rule in our written language. Whenever you begin a sentence, capitalize the first letter of the first word. This includes capitalizing the first word or a direct quotation when it's a full sentence, even if it appears within another sentence.
Duh! You're an idiot. You're an idiot at the end of the day. Really, you try to do something at the end of the day to try to disrupt my life, and you end up looking like an idiot. You don't even know you start off with capitals, really? You start the sentence with a capital, and you don't end the sentence with a period at the beginning of a new sentence. Are you kidding me? When is a period needed in a sentence?
According to Butte College, the period is used to end all sentences except those that are direct questions or exclamations.
So this is not a direct question right here at all, period. So your period was supposed to end at officials, but basically you didn't put it there. You put it at the beginning of the new sentence that didn't have a capital. It was supposed to be there. This is basic English, basic. I couldn't be your teacher at the end of the day. I would snap if I had to teach you at the end of the day. I don't know what grade did you graduate from? Now that's questionable now. What grade, what level of grade do you have that you graduated from that you don't know? This is basic. Now I got to start digging into your intelligent level. That's not going to go well for you at all, period. So where the freak did you go to school at? Who the freak taught you at the day? What teachers did you have? Because you didn't learn jack at all. How did you not know? Ooh, man, I swear. Give me freaking like making my OCD go off. Really making my OCD trigger off. This is why I sit there and say when I go through his freaking website, it's freaking, ugh. Infant in the grass, over the fence, in the grass. That's what you're supposed to say. On what? On what the frick are they trying to write here? On what? Unrained. No.
Here is some information about the Unwind Center.
What the freak? Hold on. Cancel. I gotta see this. Hold on for a minute. Let me see. The freak was he trying to write in this mess right here? Let's see. Oh, you don't listen too well, do you? So basically, when I said dig up the ground, I said that I could get a permit from zoning to go in and have the area inspected before they can dig up the ground. It wouldn't cost me any money because I know people that are certified contractors. And guess what? They can spell. You can't spell. So you basically wrote stuff down here that wasn't even true. Because I never said that I would dig it up. Do you have an idea how far a water line goes down in the ground? You have to get a backhoe to dig those things up. And then you have to figure out exactly where the water line's coming in at in order to install this in. Which means chances are it's probably out somewhere outside of the sidewalk in that area right there, which means you're going to bring in a jackhammer, they got to dig up the ground, they got to find exactly where the water main's at, you got to bring in a freaking engineer, an inspector, you have to figure out exactly where this is at, so basically they're hitting the right one and not hitting the sewage line. But you don't know that because, again, judging by what you wrote here, you're a complete freaking idiot. So no, you can't dig that up yourself. That is virtually impossible. You would have to run a backhoe in order to dig that up. That's pretty far down. That's a lot of digging you would have to do. You would kill yourself doing it. I know about this because basically a house that I used to basically own at one point, basically the sewage line was damaged and I had to hire someone to come in and bring in a backhoe and a jackhammer so they could dig through the earth, figure out exactly where the line was at and basically repair it. So I had to pay for all of this. So I know exactly what goes on with that. Jamie, do you ever go in the street and see when they dig up the street? Do you see they don't go in there with shovels? They go in there with a machine or a jackhammer and they break all that cement up. And once they break all that cement up, they go in there with the backhoe and they dig all that up and they put their little flags in where the lines are at. You got your gas line and you got your water line and you got your sewage line. You ever seen that being done before? Because apparently that doesn't click in your brain at the end of the day. So no. What I said on video, I clearly said that I have to get a permit for them to come in and run water lines through. And once the permit is processed and I have the okay, then I would have to hire someone to go in and do that for me. If I basically paid a regular contractor, this would cost me thousands of dollars, which I already know because I've done this one already. But people in this field who do this kind of work and they are certified and friends of mine, they would do this for pretty much next to nothing. People hear what they want to hear at the end of the day. Let me see. Committing crimes while you have an open case. Yeah, you're not going to do well in court, buddy. We got several different coming from you. Open case if you carrying on. This is going to tack you more time on. You know that, right? Do some dumb stuff, I swear. Oh my goodness. Let me see what else we got here in this right here. So basically, I'm going to dig through that much to hit a, you know how far a pipeline goes down. Apparently you don't. So you're not well educated on that one. How far are the water lines next to a house? So I'm going to dig through 2 feet of dirt to get to a water line. And you know how much piping that's going to take to run through on one into the next? You got to get a professional for that. Professional plumber. So Jamie, you know how to read blueprints? I'm pretty sure you don't. Because apparently you don't spell too well. So you see right there, these are pipelines right here, Jamie. This is how it works. This is how water doesn't magically end up in your sink. So you know this. No leprechauns or unicorns are giving you this. This actually happens. Water basically comes up. This is a water line right here. See right here? There's a water line. Sometimes there's a sewage line. It's a gas line. There's all kinds of lines down there. Did you know that? There's even internet down there too called Fios. Gee whiz, I swear, man, when I basically talk about this guy, I need a freaking 2 forms of sock puppets. He is not that smart at the end of the day. Yeah, I'm going to sit there and say on camera, I'm going to be digging through. What a freaking idiot. I swear this guy's stupid. You see this right here? I'm sorry, man. It is what it is, man. You're an idiot. People can sit there and say you're not being professional. No, I am being professional because this dummy, at the end of the day, wrote me this letter and try to make trouble for me. And now it just looks like he looks like a complete idiot with all these misspellings. He doesn't understand how water lines actually work. Yeah, you have to dig all that up, and depending on how far they go down. So yeah, that's a job right there on its own. Like I'm gonna sit there and dig up that much dirt in order to find a water line. And keep in mind, I have to figure out exactly where the freaking water line is and make sure I don't hit a gas line and mistake and blow everybody up. Yeah, you're an idiot. You're going to be prosecuted for all this in court. So you show me what video I said this at. I would love to see what video I said that I'm going to go in and dig up an entire area and basically install my own water lines. Mind you, where the garage is sitting, it's sitting against a dirt hill, actually the backyard. So basically where the pipes would have to go in, they would have to dig down an extra 5 feet in order to hit the bottom area to drop pipes in. So this would require a professional. But yeah, I'm going to challenge you on this one in court. I'm going to challenge my lawyer. Read through all this, and we're going to challenge you on everything you said in this in court. Let me see. So I want you to show me the video I said this, that I was going to basically go in and dig up all this dirt and do all this at the end of the day. And if you don't have the video, I'm going to sue the crap out of you again. So you better be showing me something. Let me see. Is it plugged into its fire? What is it? Fire hazard? So I have all these outlets plugged into my system, which is considered to be a fire outlet. So Jamie, you don't know anything about basically 20 amps, 50 amps, and 70 amps outlets. You probably don't know anything about that whatsoever. I have more stuff loaded in the houses that I lived in than I have in that spot. I know the wattage of everything that I power in there whatsoever. And keep in mind, the heater system that we had in there basically ran off 1,500 watts. So average electrical outlet is around 1,800 watts. We have it at around 1,400 watts. So basically it's on a single outlet by itself. But judging by your environment, I wouldn't go that far. You wanna put a little wager here. If I contact right now, license inspection in California right now, and show them the 20 or more aerosol cans that you have in your environment, including the overwhelming amount of pets you have in your environment and people that are living there with the consumption of trash and everything else we see packed behind doors and even basically blocking fire exits. Would you like me to give them a call right now? Even showing that you're operating a printing machine in there, which basically is a very toxic machine. It has to be in a well-ventilated area, and your area is not suitable for that machine at all. Would you like me to make a phone call right now? You think you would pass that inspection? Because the inspector's already been to the area. He passed. Oh yeah, he passed with no problem. They've been to the garage and everything. Everything passed with no problem. So you think you'll pass your inspection? Because I can make a phone call right now. I have videos and everything of your property and everything. I can talk to your landlord right now, and I can send them over some documents right now, and I can have you out in the street right now. So you really want to play that game? So let me tell you something. I'm going to give you one warning. Anything else comes here, any nonsense comes here, you're out in the street. I'm going to contact your landlord. I got his information, and I'm going to send him over those police reports. And I'm going to tell him at the end of the day that one of your tenants has been using your apartment as in committing crimes. We had a process server come to that front door, and the process server we have right there confirming they were at the address. We have pictures of everything, including the violations. So I show him everything he needs to see and let him know that we have police officers that will be coming to that property shortly to pick up this individual. Do you really want to put your other tenants do this kind of nonsense at the end of the day. So your choice whether you want to be out in the street. Now, keep in mind, once you do leave that property, because you will be escorted off that property because you did violate your lease, whether or not you have an address or not, they're still going to hunt you. They'll come there. You're not there anymore. So what they're going to start doing is going to come to all your family members, and they're going to come to them every single day to figure out where you're at so they can process you for court. You will get a warrant for your arrest. You understand that? Which means you're going to have to contact the police department and tell them that you have moved, so that way they don't issue a warrant. So I can make your life rough if you want. So let me get one more letter. Anything that pops down. Anything at all. And I'm going to reach out to your landlord. I'm going to send those documents that I got in that box down there, and I guarantee you'll be out in the street. I guarantee you. Just like I guarantee you have a processor at your front door. Your landlord will be at your door telling you to pack your things, and you have 30 days to leave the property. So they give you about 30 days to go. And I'll have license inspection right on top of your landlord's head at the end of the day. Plus, on top of that, file a lawsuit against them. If we find out that he was involved or had any information about what's going on in the apartment, I'm going to sue him. Oh, remind you, your LLC is tied to his building. So we will let him know, if he doesn't know already, that your LLC that's in the police report, the criminal reports of using your company for these illegal acts, is tied into his business. We want to know if you two are doing business together. So it can easily get you removed. So one other thing comes here, and I'll reach out to him and I'll send him some documents. And again, unlike you, I will be to spell it properly and correctly, and I don't hide behind fake letters. He'll know exactly who I am. So there's your last chance right there. Anything that pops up. Now, you better hope at the end of the day that you don't have somebody that hates you. Because if someone that hates you at the end of the day, and they decide to send me down something to get back at you, I'm still going to send the documents through no matter what. Remember, you made the mess. You made the rumor. So if anyone, even if it's not you, I'm going to contact him directly. And I guarantee you, I can get the process server to contact him also and let him know we were on your property to serve court papers for someone in your building that violated. Now, keep in mind, I know all different forms of what you had. One of the main things they have on a lease is that you can't commit any criminal activities while you're on the property. This is automatically a termination of the lease. And right, I have in that box right there, that police report, official police report, legit document, means you basically violated your lease, which means you have to be escorted off the property. Think I'm joking. Play with me if I'm joking or not. All right then. Question, did you get permission from him to run your LLC through his business? Because I'm pretty sure he is not going to like the fact that you committed perjury on your LLC document and it's linked to his business. I don't think he's going to like that. So anything comes here, and if it has nothing to do with you, I'm going to contact him. I guarantee you'll be out in the street in 30 days. Only reason why you're there, Jamie, at the end of the day, from the dumb stuff you do, because I want you there so the officers can come pick you up. That's it. Other than that, you'd be out on the street right now. That's the only reason why you're there. But since I made this promise, I'm going to carry it through, which means I don't care if you're there or not. And if you don't report to those officers, mind you got charges coming up that you basically are no longer at this residency anymore. They're going to put a warrant for your arrest, which means you'll be hunted. So let's play the game and see what happens. Until then, I'm going to send a little message to your landlord, just to let him know who I am, and that I have some documents that he will need to see later on, just in case if he decides to do something stupid. All right, well, I got updating to do. I got work to do. I still got to read through. I got to get the rest of that letter over here so I can read the rest of that, because that freaking thing is hilarious. I don't know what you call yourself doing at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure you probably call yourself sending this letter from Maryland to, and who sent the letter from Maryland? That's another thing too. If you wrote the letter, someone had to send it. But, the police will figure all that out, because that's where the letter's going to. They'll figure all that out in the day. My lawyer's got a copy of it, so, They're going to basically figure all that out. What parties were involved. Now, again, if there were 2 people involved in that, then the person involved in that, keep in mind, that's a post office fraud charge. You know that, right? So that's an additional 20 years, automatically $1 million fine. And then when we're going to be filing charges also too because of that. That's a real dumb thing to do. It's kind of like, it's like when you send a letter with anthrax or some poison in it. That's pretty much what you it's not in the terms of that, but yeah, it's what you try to do. You try to cause trouble. You try to make trouble at the end of the day. And you sent it to somebody who, again, has nothing to do with that at all, period. Which, by the way, they have your information. They know who you are. We made sure of that. So they may get an attorney involved due to the fact that you involved in something they had nothing to do with at all, period. Try to make trouble, and they may get an attorney involved and press charges against you. But I'm telling you, it just gets better and better. It gets better and better for this guy. Like I said, you don't hurt me at the end of the day. You just cause more damage to yourself, and you're in the middle of an open case. It makes it much worse. Let me see. So yeah, we know it's. I think someone might have sent it off. I really do believe that. Or maybe you got it from the post office, and you sent it off to make it look like it came from Maryland when actually it came from California. We'll know all that. Because mine, you paid for it. Someone paid for it. Someone had to pay for it. If they used a credit card, a debit card, but somebody paid for it. And you know when you go to the post office, right there on the spot, it's stamped. It has a stamp, post office stamp on it. So it's paid from somebody. Coming from somebody's credit card or debit card. It came from somewhere. And mind you, the minute you walk into the post office, you know you're recorded. There's cameras all through the post office when you walk. There's a federal building. Even when you stand in front of that podium, there's a camera recording you. So FBI units involved in this, they're going to get all that detailed information. They're going to find out. And somebody wrote their name on the letter too. They wrote their, they signed it. So again, it's easy to trace and find out. So not hard to find out. All right, let me see what I want to do real quick. I'm gonna get okay, how many videos are we doing here? I think it's 4. Oh, no, it is 4. It is 4 we're doing here for this section. I gotta put this in real quick. I tell them this because, again, in the back of their minds, they really think they're so smart. They think, oh my goodness, I'm a genius. I figured out a way how to get it. No one gets away with that crap. Everybody gets locked up for doing something stupid. You're an idiot in the day. I can see by what I read in that letter and what you try to do. Boy, you just listen to the devil all day long, don't you? Boy, the devil got you in a whole much trouble. It's not even funny on how much trouble you got yourself into. You really believe that you can't get caught? What kind of make-believe fantasy world you guys live in at the end of the day? You believe that you can't get caught because you're online, because you're hiding behind your computer. Oh, you guys are such cowards. Easy to track you guys down. Very easy. But in the fact that, I don't know what's funnier, the fact that you try to do something that's stupid or the fact that you can't spell. And I'm pretty sure your reading can't be that well. I'm pretty sure when it comes to that stuff, your wife does all that at the end of the day. I think she can read and write. I'm pretty sure she can. I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Let me see. Let me do this for a download. It'd be much easier. Change video. Yeah, there we go. Let's go with my unit over here. Let's put my unit over here. This is why, if you look at his website, he can't even utilize his own website the way it's designed to be utilized. Why do you think his website looks that way? He has a basic website. What he did was he took the templates that come with the website. And what he did was he just basically took out every other word and put his name in there. And that's it. That's why the SKU numbers, when you look at them, when you copy and paste them, they come up under somebody else's company. He never even changed them out. He didn't do anything. He did a lazy man setup. He didn't put no work in it, no time in it, not a thing, nothing. That's why his website looks basic. He doesn't know anything at all, period. Just a little stack of cards, that's it. So that's why when you go and look at the SKU numbers, he can't even track down his inventory because there's no inventory because due to the fact that it comes up under somebody else's inventory because he never went in and corrected and changed it or did anything to it because he didn't know what he was doing when he was on the site. He did the bare minimum. I'm pretty sure looking at the way the marketplace is set up, because when you get the template has the marketplace already intact, the contact page is intact, the front page is intact. And that's pretty much it. Some of them basically won't have the separate pages. It'll just have this and that. He doesn't even have a separate contact page on it. If you notice that, there's no separate contact page. There's not even a shipping and return page on it. There's none of that on there. It's what came with the page. That's why there's nothing separate. He just says home and shop. That's all he has on there. Nothing on there at all, period. He didn't do anything with his page. He took the template, he changed it out, he left everything on there because he figured no one else would figure it out. And if you go in there and you copy and paste, like I said, a SKU number, it comes up under somebody else's stuff. That's whoever the template was for, that's what that's for. So that's not good at all. But you can see why his writing and why when he writes things down, he does things like that. This is the reason why. He had something on his page. I forget, I probably deleted the video already, but he had something. He was supposed to spell kit. He spelled kids. Yeah, this kids come with free so and so and so. He couldn't spell the word kit. But if you don't believe me, you go to his website and you read through the stuff he has on his website and you will see, gee whiz. Yeah, anyone who reads to that site, like I said, from the end of the day, I don't know who in their right mind is dumb enough to read through that website and still slide a credit card through there. You got to be kidding me. You got a better chance of getting a proper specification sheet or freaking Timo or freaking a wish list. Here we go. No, of course you deserve it. You can get mad at them. You get mad like you don't have the right. Yeah, I have the right to talk to you like that. I do. You call yourself. It's even funny when someone is trying to do something wrong to you, but they do it in a way to embarrass their own selves. You try to write a letter that looked like it was professional, and it came out looking like a complete idiot. You don't even know. This is why I said my family, when I sent it to them, they couldn't stop laughing. The jokes, unbelievable. They couldn't stop laughing. How are you going to try to insult somebody and you can't read and write? And then it questioned, like, how old is he? He kept coming up over how he's 47 years old, like 47 years old. You don't know how to briefly start a sentence with capitals at 47 years old? Seriously? I mean, you're going to have a few, but really? And then you start your sentence doesn't end with the period. The period starts at the beginning of a sentence, and it's not even a question. And it's just horrible. Absolutely horrible. Are you proud of that, by any chance? Because now I'm really questioning what grade did you actually graduate from? I don't think you graduated. Maybe you did graduate, maybe you didn't do anything in school. Maybe you just sat there and stared in the corner, read comic books. You probably didn't do anything at all, because I don't know how in the world you don't know that. Kids start learning how to write their name. They learn some of that stuff at the end of the day. You didn't. What did they teach you? What school did you go? Did you go to school? Did you ever go to school? I'm curious about that. Did he ever go to school? Right now, the fact that you really don't read so well, I wouldn't suggest you working around chemicals. Really wouldn't. Maybe that's the reason why you got like 20 aerosol cans all packed in a corner right there in your apartment, and you don't even know basically how dangerous that is. You're really not supposed to have those containers, that many containers like that in your apartment. Let me see over here. So I can't get mad about somebody calling you stupid. Gee whiz. Over, he said, urine and fence. So apparently, in that sentence, I threw away an entire fence into the grass. It is freaking hilarious. And couldn't spell fence, really. Urine and fence and grass. So I threw the urine and fence in the grass. So I threw a fence in the grass too. Huh, that's interesting. Never seen that one done before. How the freak did I throw a fence in the grass? I'm gonna find that video where Jamie is adding his math. His math is absolutely horrible. The two quarts. He tried to explain that 2 quarts of his paints a 300-inch screen. We had a 200, and matter of fact, I had a 200-inch screen and a 250 in the backyard. There's no way in the world possible. You're never going to be able to do that. And if you sit there and say you never said that, we have it on recording. We even tried it. We even gave him a challenge to do it himself. He never did it. Then try to say that 3 100-inch screens is the equal of a 300-inch screen. You don't know math. You can't add. How would that add up? Oh my goodness. We're going to challenge your education, Jamie. We're definitely going to challenge education. I'm curious. I got to find out from this. When do you learn how to learn to use capitals in sentences? What grade do you learn how to use proper writing capitals in sentences? Oh, you're freaking kidding me. Dude, you learn capitalizing lessons are planned for second and third. How to use lowercase and uppercase. Yes. 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 Oh, mercy. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Dude, really? Do you need one of these? Hold on for a minute. Let me see if we get one of these from images right here. There we go. You need one of these right here. Come on, man. You bought it on yourself, man. You should know better than that. You bought it on yourself. You literally need. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. 4 tips to get students to write in complete sentences. You need one of these. Let me see. Well, how much is a Hooked on Phonics? Hooked on Phonics. There we go. You need to buy one of these right here. You need to find a Hooked on Phonics. Jam, I'm going on you. I'm going in on you. We got pre-K. I can get you pre-K right now. Look, man, you bought it on yourself, man. You bought it on yourself. You call yourself at the end of the day trying to send these threatening letters out, and you came out looking like a complete idiot. Even the people who saw it said, was you basically, I'm not going to say the word, but that's exactly what they called him at the end of the day. Because you try to come off looking like a professional, and you came out looking like a complete idiot. Everybody knows you got to start a sentence off with a capital. Everybody knows that. I'm going to get you some pre-K. We got Hooked on Phonics. See, learn to read. Learn to spell too. Learn to spell too. Oh, wait. Can we get one of them? Can I find one of them? Simon says. Oh. No, better. Can I get the Fisher Price? Fisher Price, the Cal says. Oh, they still make these. Dude, you're lucky I can't engage, man, because I would send you one of these, man. Do you know what animal sounds, what sound a cow makes, chicken makes? I got to make another video. I'm about to tear you a new one right now on this freaking letter. You knew it was going to come. I'm going to tear you a new one on this one. It's going to be funny. We about to bring out the hot mic. You asked for it. You about to get it now. You going to send me a letter? We know it came from you. I know it came. The reason why I know it came from you, Jamie, we got tons of these. Tons of these letters written the exact same way. Even from your freaking PayPal transcripts, it exactly the same way. The way you write things, the way you say things, the same way. We gotta rip into. You know it's gonna come. Here come the hot mic. The hot mic is coming. Jamie, I'm about to douse you in kerosene and strike the match. You're about to be in the hot seat in a few minutes. Jamie, what is your level of education? I gotta know this, because right there they talking about 2nd and 3rd grade, they learn about capitals. And you don't know jack about capitals at all. We got to put this up. Jamie, welcome to the hot seat. We're going to bring it. Let's go. He's welcome to the hot seat.